estate peeps, it's Julia Jordan, your favorite real estate agent. Today the question is, when we are submitting an offer, how do we go about it? Let's say you want to buy a house for 250 and you're pre-approved for 300. Do you ask the lender to write you a pre-approval letter for 250 or for 300? I tell my go-to lenders, write it up as high as you can, because we want to have the buyer look as rich as possible. We can go in a way like, look, we're pre-approved for way more, but my client is on the, how do you say, frugal side of life. They don't want to max it out. They're very solid financially. We are offering 250. They are not willing to offer more for property XYZ. And usually the listing agent understands that, because they know anyways the comps in the area, and they know that probably we would run into appraisal issues anyways if we go way above what is the listing price or the comps or compared to the active listings in the market. So usually we're not running into issues there. Let's just assume I would have a listing up here and right now getting offers in. Could definitely be, could not be. And the buyer is pre-approved just for the amount that they're offering. Let's say the property, let's say they offer 250 and the pre-approval letter is on 250 sharp. I am a little bit worried on the listing side if anything goes wrong on the buyer side financially, interest rate rises a little bit, or their car breaks down and they have to just get their car fixed and it's 5K. Where does the money come from? So for that reason, my go-to lender knows when I bring a new client in and I'm like, okay, here, Susie needs to get pre-approved. He already knows, write it up as high as we can squish it out. And sometimes we're a little bit maxed out because every property is different regarding tax rate and HOAs and insurance. So sometimes he gets me a super rocket high pre-approval letter and says, well, if you max it out, we need to look at insurance, we need to look at taxes and all those things. But I know that as the agent, so usually we don't try to fully max it out. And most of my clients are super coachable and very reasonable financially. They're not like wanting to max out every penny, because no one wants to be house broke. So that is one of my strategies, how I present my buyers, and flipped around on the other side, on the listing side, how I receive it on the listing side. For example, my favorite strategy is putting a listing on the MLS on a Tuesday. If we have enough time and pictures are ready, house is clean, keys are locked up already, everything is set up, sign in the yard, flyer in the yard, in a little takeout box, everything is ready to go. So we go on the MLS on a Tuesday. We don't allow showings till to Thursday. We don't want to have the listing active too long. Even in a market like today, it is the same strategy for ages and it still works like a charm. We build up a hype till Thursday. We allow showings on Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The seller's house is mine. If they still live there, go on a little trip. Go to Galveston, go to Austin, something like that. Your house needs to be mine, because we will probably have back-to-back showings. That is always very helpful. If we can't help it, okay, we will work with that. So then by Saturday, hopefully I have a bunch of offers on my listing. Usually that works like a charm if we are priced right. Pricing strategy is another conversation we had already. Then we collect offers till Saturday. I go out and let all the buyers know, well, best and final, we have a multiple offer situation. We give your client a chance to submit their best and final. We would like to make a decision probably by Sunday evening. So Sunday, let's say 5 p.m., we have a deadline. Seller and I talk at 6 p.m. and decide for the strongest buyer. And that is usually how you get the price up and rocket high. Those people that submitted me an offer that was low and maybe not competitive, and they have a pre-approval letter not stating a really high amount, an amount that exceeds where we want to see the price go. Usually we try to go, of course, above asking still in this market. If the buyer is pre-approved on the skinny side, and then all of a sudden comes a higher pre-approval letter, I'm like, well, why did you not start with your best foot forward? Some agents have the fear to give away the financial situation of their clients, and think if the listing agent sees that there is more money to be made, that we simply will not sell to them. That's not true. As the listing agent, I would always try, of course, to squish out the highest price, but when they submitted their best and final, that is what the client should have submitted in the first place anyways. So when we write an offer on the buyer side, I basically go in and say, okay, let's put our best foot forward. The moment we figure out we have a multiple offer situation, it's on the buyer's agent to figure that out and to stay in contact with the listing agent, and not just on invitation start working, but by themselves asking, are we in a multiple offer situation? Oh, we are. Okay, what can we do to win the situation? We want to lock it in. We want to take it off the market as soon as possible. So that was just my 2 cents regarding pre-approval letter and how do we write it up. While I definitely on the buyer side try to protect my client's equity if they want to have what they want to have. Sometimes we have to do what we have to do to get there, and starting with the right foot forward and at least looking rich is always a good idea. And there are ways, even when you're financially on the skinny side, there are ways how to make you look rich, okay? So if you want to talk about buying, about selling, if you have friends, like today I got a call, friends of friends lost out and I was told they have a bad agent showing them crappy houses and they can't get a foot in the door and they're since December not moving forward. Well, that's a painful process. Maybe you want to consider switching or at least get another opinion. Always good to interview multiple agents, not just the friend of a friend and then just go with that person. Look them up on HAR, look up their referrals, look up their reviews. There are ways how to research for a good agent. For example, yesterday I was referred by an agent out of Mississippi, and he pulled me up. We have systems how we pull up other agents to see in which price range are they working, how many transactions, what is the agent's education. And then he gave me a call and he literally interviewed me and he says, you know what, you're cool, I love it how you are. And I just came out of my coaching call. I told him I have 3-4 coaching calls a week where I get up to speed how to help my clients best to learn always. I'm an always learner. I know a lot, but it doesn't mean that I can stop learning. And he was impressed by that. And the referral form is coming, it's on its way, and his client from a different state are now represented by me. They want to buy in Conroe, and I could tell him a little bit about the market and how I help my clients. So referral is super important. Even if you want to buy or sell or your friends in different states, send them my way. We have ways how to look up a good agent. You maybe don't know how to pick a good agent. Like I shared the other day the story, I didn't know how to pick a good attorney, but I know people that are attorneys, so they could help me how to pick a good attorney. Yeah, so yeah, if you have anyone buying or selling in Houston area, I'm the one. If it is out of state or out of country, Keller Williams is worldwide. I can help you with an agent in Japan in probably less than 24 hours and in all other countries all over the world. Let me know if I can be of any help, okay? My number is 832-444-4923, and you guys have a blessed day. Bye-bye.